Today, we're going to be taking a look at the CT Toys, not mafex, Daredevil comic version. And this is Daredevil. Now, I was going to initially review CT Toys Gambit, but I broke his arm. In two places. That was fun. I have to get a new one now because that honestly makes me so upset. That was my favorite one, and I broke the arm with doing the jacket for the review. And I glued it. I super glued it and kind of forgot about it, and then the elbow joint completely fused, and then I broke it again. So, oops. Anyway, we'll get another one, though, and I'll just have to, which I'm fine with. But this is Daredevil, and he is pretty good, honestly. There's the packaging. We have a picture. Actually, has Daredevil written on it, unlike the Gambit, who has nothing. And then back, here we go, there's the side, comic picture, pictures again, stuff, and he has this wicked comic image up there as well. That's that, let's pop him out. So, Daredevil comes with one tray and an absolute mountain of accessories, which, yes, he's been opened. You can tell by these not being so perfectly wound up. But this is the packaging, and there's that, so let's break them out. Now, we can't talk about CT Toys without talking about CT Toys. CT Toys is a third-party, or bootleg, figure company similar to Canonical Fit. It's in a really similar headspace, and some collectors are very for it, some collectors are not. Now, me personally, for a while there, I was like, oh, same thing with Canonical Fit, it's not the actual thing, it's da-da-da-da-da. But these guys are kind of like Robin Hood right now because mafex figures are stupidly priced. I cannot lie. They're even more expensive than Figuarts for a lot of them. And that's really bad because Figuarts are stupid expensive themselves. So that's really, really bad. But CT Toys is out here giving you mafex figures for Marvel Legends money. Yes, you're getting an import figure with worse paint for Marvel Legends money. Nice. Now, as far as it goes, there's a couple other things with CT Toys. The plastic not being as good. I can attest to that because Gambit decided to go pop. But then again, that was completely my fault because I took... So, just to demonstrate, I took the arm and was trying to put it in his jacket like that. And I pressed a little too hard on the thin joint, which I think on any figure... I mean, I've broken Figuarts. I've broken Jiren. I've broken Hit. Well, Hit broke himself, really. But Jiren, I 100% broke myself. There's always these fragile pins in the arms, and that's kind of what happened, was the fragile part went, and that sucks. So the plastic isn't bad. People said it's cancer-causing plastic. That isn't all plastic technically do that, for the most part. Like, do you think any of this stuff around me isn't, bad for you? It's 100% bad for you. Almost everything in the world is bad for you at this point. But these are extra bad. Apparently, CT Toys confirmed, completely regular plastic. The paint does not have lead. That has been confirmed multiple times on Twitter, Reddit, and YouTube. So don't even bring that one up either. They are essentially out here giving me the mafex figure for $40 Canadian. Wonderful. Wonderful stuff. And the figure itself is great. It looks awesome. It's exactly Daredevil. Even the paint shading, for as wonky as it could have been, doesn't look that bad. You can see the darker red with the regular red, and it doesn't look horrible. As far as he goes, I mean, it's kind of hard to screw up Daredevil. He's basically just a guy in a suit, like a spandex suit, with a double D on the chest. There's a lot of people with double D on their chest, I guess. You got the batons on the left hip, which is on a ball joint, so it is a little posable. The arms are very regular, kind of have some glove definition. Same with the legs, you have a bit of boot going on down there. And the head is very much Daredevil, just the typical cowl with the mouth cut out, and then he has the horns, and that's him. That's Daredevil. I mean, it's not hard to screw Daredevil up. Like, he's, you'd have to be really trying to screw him up. As far as he goes, though, design looks great. The paint is, like I said, not bad. Again, this is a Marvel Legends cost figure of an import. So, that's that. His accessory count is actually massive, so let's talk about that. Daredevil accessory count is actually great. And the first one, I guess, is his batons down here, which has really his only paint error that I think mine has, and that's this little speck of red right there. I'm not joking. My Gambit was flawless, by the way. Like, he was flawless. I mentioned that in the review. A lot of, like, my Spider-Man, not so flawless, but it seems Daredevil and Gambit got off pretty good because this is the biggest thing Daredevil has, and that's an optional part because you get 2 swappable ones. One with no batons in the holster and one with 1 baton in the holster, and I think that's pretty neat. Again, really easy swap. It's just a ball joint. You just put it on like that, and bada bing, bada boom. He now can have one out, or he can have both out at the same time, and that's really easy. It's really nice. It's nothing too crazy, and I do like it a lot. His other accessories do include, obviously, many, many pairs of hands. And honestly, I'm going to swap them out because mafex hands, really easy. No idea. I'm sure the regular mafexes are also like this. It's just this peg system. And they're really smooth to remove. They have just the right amount of friction. You can put the thing in the hand, easy peasy. He does come with batons. He's going to obviously come with these, considering, you know, you have the different baton holsters, which, again, how many places are you going to see giving you 3 of a very simple piece like that? That just so happens to have one with all of them, one with 1 missing, and then one with 2 missing. Like, that is genuinely amazing, if I'm being completely honest with you, that they even bothered with that. Now, the hands, they're a little tight to get on sometimes. It really does depend on the hand. And when it comes to the left baton, you do have to slide it up through the bottom because it has the little loop on the end. But you do have the batons, which, again, look good. They're just white sticks. I mean, it's hard to screw up white sticks, too, isn't it? Very easy. As far as other hands go, we have a karate chop hand, which is pretty nice. I mean, what are you going to do? It's karate chop hand. You can't screw that one up either. We then have the calm neutral hand, which is very, very nice as well. Pretty box standard hand. We then have the open grasp hand, which I didn't put on all the way because it's a little tight, but there's that one. And then we have this kind of grip hand, which is nice. And yeah, I believe that pretty much sums up the hands, other than, of course, the fists and then baton holders, which we've already both seen. And we're, you know, pretty similar. Both of them are really the same hand. Now, he does have 2 other batons, one of which is a combined one using this very nice bendy string, which, yeah, you could do stuff with, obviously. You can do a lot of stuff with that. Uses a jump rope, do what you need. We'll show it, of course, but it's kind of one of those ones where I'm not sure how to pose it, because I'm not a big Daredevil guy. I haven't even watched the show. If I'm being honest, I have not watched the show. I know Born Again's on right now, but, you know, I haven't even watched the initial Netflix. I haven't even watched Born Again, obviously, because, you know, it's kind of hard to watch Born Again if I haven't watched the Netflix show, which it's kind of based on. Anyway, you get this very nice loop here. I'm sure it has some kind of use for, like, maybe tying up criminals, I would guess. I don't know. Anyway, it's very nice, though, and I mean, the bendy wire is great to have for, you know, just dynamic posing and stuff like that. He then has another bendy wire club, which is a singular one, but with a hook on the end. This one, I'm sure, is from getting to building to building. That one's pretty obvious. I like it. I think it's cool that they gave it to him. Make him be able to swing from place to place and do what you need to do, Daredevil. I'll call him Daredevil for nothing. But that is the different clubs, the side parts, and the hands. But we still got one more thing to look at, which is, of course, his heads, because he comes with 2 alternate heads. The regular one is just his neutral head. Looks pretty nice, pretty solid. To remove the head, first time doing that, so I had to take it off camera. You just simply just pull it off, and you get this nice teeth grit, which I didn't pop on all the way, because it seems like it has a good bit of force required, and I don't really feel like putting that on there and having to remove it 2 seconds later, but there's that teeth grit. And then we have this yelling head. I don't know which one looked angrier, honestly. They both look absolutely furious, considering how neutral his neutral head is. Which, again, I'm going to take off camera because that does not want to go on there. I mean, it's not bad that it's tight. I'm not going to lie. It's really not bad that the head joint's tight. It could be worse. You could have your CT Toys Daredevil head just fall off all the time, which I'm sure somebody out there probably has. Because like I said, technically it's a bootleg. Technically, it is. But that concludes all of his accessories. He also comes with the typical stand. All mafex figures, I guess, come with this. And CT Toys, every single one came with it. So they all come with that. And that's a stand I like. I actually have a bunch of those for my Marvel Legends X-Men. So that's nice. But that pretty well concludes that. So let's just get into the articulation here, which is pretty great. It's import articulation, so it's going to be wonderful. Ball joint of the head is great. Double ball joint, because you have it at the neck as well, at the upper neck. You then have your butterfly joints, which are phenomenal. The forward and back, the arm, outward, swivel, double elbow. Hand does rotate and does have the hinge. The articulation here. The upper torso, not so good. Lower torso is absolutely phenomenal, though. Forward and back, right there. Outward, I just completely forgot to stick back on his batons there. Oh, he has one out. Swivel at the thigh, double knee. Hinge forward and back the foot. Hinge in and out at the foot. Toe bend. He is absolutely killing it in the articulation. There's also a hip drop in there, so you can get a little more range outward. I mean, this thing's killing it. It's really killing it. So let's just get into my final thoughts here on CT Toys Daredevil. Quite frankly, do I have a reason to get the mafex one? Absolutely not. There's no reason to get the mafex one now because this one's here. Now, is it a bad thing that this company is coming in and stealing mafex's molds or whatever? I don't know if they're stealing it. I don't know if it's one-to-one. I know the Spider-Man I have isn't one-to-one because he's smaller. I know that. They could get away with him real easy. This is just the mafex Spider-Man, though, with way shoddier paint. He has the worst paint of all of the figures I got from CT Toys. I have 5. He's easily the worst, but I think it's only because there's so much black web lining on him. Daredevil here, honestly, perfection. I don't know what to say. The literal only issue is this one little splotch. That's it. That is completely it. That's the only issue I have on the figure paint-wise. It's the only issue with the accessories. Like, that's it. And this quality, this figure feels like a Marvel Legend. Now, I will say, import figures are a little more delicate than a Marvel Legend or a Black Series. I'm not going to act like they're not. I'm usually way more delicate. Like I said, with the gambit that I broke at the beginning of the video here, I wasn't as delicate because, you know, I'm like, oh, it's only a Marvel Legend type thing. No, I forgot it's a bootleg of a more fragile figure, which, yes, like I said, I'm going to immediately buy that gambit again. I love that gambit. I will review it. I'm going to review it. I'm saving the other one. I was going to return it, but then I'm like, no, I'll keep one in the box just to have, because I actually do like the box a lot. And then I'll have one out to pose and probably put somewhere down here because I don't like you Funko Pops or Rocky. But yeah, this thing is phenomenal. Like, as far as it goes, the ethical CT Toys dilemma is whatever. Because here's my stance on the CT Toys thing. I've been a Transformers fan for well over a decade. And if you are a Transformers person, you are used to third-party companies. I think third-party, like, it's so weird because when you look at, like, SH Figuarts or somewhere like that, Demonical Fit is seen as evil in some people's eyes. But where I've been in the Transformers sphere for so long, I am used to third-party figures. They have existed as long as I've been in the hobby. And it's so weird seeing the other lines that I've gotten into as of late where they're like, oh, these are the evil. These are evil. They're, they're whatever. The mafex Daredevil is a couple $100 at this point. This cost as much as a Marvel Legend. This cost me, not even, I think it was like $35. $35 Canadian for what is a better figure with using the same materials as any of these other things in front of me here. Except him. He's from the 80s, so he's way better. But using the same as all the other stuff. Better articulation, crazy amount of accessories. There's no reason not to get this guy. I'm not going to lie. Again, they're a little more fragile, but that's besides the point. If you are buying this thing to pose it, like mine, I've seen people have loose joints. This thing is tight. This thing is fine. This is legitimately an amazing figure. It's a great figure. The Gambit I have is a great figure. The Spider-Man I have is a great figure. The Wolverine I have is a great figure. The Batman I had a weird smell, but it has since faded, probably because it went into the air. But that is besides the point. That one was bad. But the Batman's actually good. It's just that smell was a little funky. It was like a, I don't know, strong chemically smell. But it's besides the point. That was the only one with that issue, by the way. Out of the 5 I got, only him had that issue. This Daredevil is phenomenal and cannot recommend him enough. Again, if you're looking for a mafex figure, get one of these because it's a good tester. It is a mafex figure. It's not the price of a mafex figure, and you can see if you'd like it. And that's really it. That is my thoughts on CT Toys Daredevil. Which version is this again? 223 Daredevil. This has been Elite signing out.